Ladies and gentlemen, that was pretty much perfect. It has just ended at Ellen Road. Leeds United 3, Nottingham Forest 1. In a game Leeds needed to win, we are now 9 points clear of the relegation zone. That feels huge. Before we do get into the match reaction, my name is Ollie Ward. Be sure to smash that like button. Let's go for 400 likes. Why not? It's a huge day. It's a huge win for Leeds United. Subscribe if you are new as well and get your comments in. Who was your man of the match this evening? There were so many of them. It was a near perfect performance apart from sort of the last 10 minutes. But you're talking Gruev, Jayden Bogle, James Justin, Aaronson. There was so many there that could have got man of the match this evening. Who is your man of the match? Let me know in the comments down below. But like I said, what a game to win. What a huge statement win. We are now 9 points clear of the relegation zone before West Ham kick a ball. It feels huge. We're on the same points as Palace now. It just feels like this game was massive. It felt like a cup final. Everyone I know, every Leeds fan I've seen on social media was trying to build up this game and saying, I'm actually really nervous. This game means a lot for our season. And wow, 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 did Leeds United deliver. We were absolutely sensational this evening for the most part. I mean, it started off Leeds dominating the ball. Then Forest got into it a little bit more. Darlow made a huge save in the first half. Good from him. And then Leeds United go 1-0 up with a ball over the top from Ilia Gruev, where he got slated that he was in the starting 11. Listen, I like Ilia Gruev. Do I think he's a better footballer than the likes of Tanaka, Stack? No, I don't. But tonight, he was excellent and probably my man of the match. He got 2 assists as well, but he clipped the ball over the top. And Jayden Bogle out of nowhere just breaks the back line. He's through on goal and he puts it in the back of the net. I don't know about you. There was a massive delayed reaction from me because I thought he was offside, but he buried it away like he scored 14 this season. It was his first goal, first Premier League goal for Leeds United, and what a finish it was from the right back. And about 3-4 minutes later, Leeds United double their lead. Again, nice link-up play between Justin and Aaronson. Aaronson had time to turn in the box, flicks it to James Justin. He tries to put it across the box. And who's there? Noah Okafor, a bloke who needed a goal this evening. And again, he had a very, very good game. Obviously, we'll go into individual player ratings. Sometimes he maybe needed to release the ball a little bit more, but he had that technical ability tonight. He got his goal. I was very happy for him because he's come under a lot of criticism, and I was happy he got the goal. And obviously, Leeds were 2-0 up at half-time, but it was a game where the next goal did matter because Forest, they weren't awful in the first half. They really, really weren't. They weren't awful. It was weird that Leeds were 2-0 up. Definitely deserved. But I still thought that Forest could get back into this. And then 3 minutes into the second half, Leeds make it 3-0, which was sort of icing on the cake. Lovely bit of play from Leeds United. And Ilia Gruev whips it into the box again, and Calvert Lewin chests it into the back of the net. It's such a class number 9 striker's finish. That's his 10th Premier League goal of the season. I tell you what, Tommy Tuchel, get that bloke on the plane. Dominic Calvert Lewin, what a free signing he has been. If you told a relegation side, or not a relegation side, a newly promoted side, sorry, that you're going to sign a free and he's going to get you double figures in the Premier League, you'd say that's impossible. Not for Dominic Calvert Lewin. He has been absolutely brilliant for Leeds United. And then we were knocking on the door, trying to go for that 4th goal. And then in the end, Forest did get one back. When that Luca came on, the 6'7" striker, wow, he was giving our defence a little bit of a, I don't know, we were a bit worried about him. A ball whipped into the box, Amari Hutchinson headed from him. 3-1. I still wasn't like, I wasn't panicking necessarily because they didn't do loads, but it's just annoying that we couldn't keep the clean sheet for Carl Darlow and the defence's sake because tonight everyone worked their asses off and I thought they were absolutely brilliant. But this is an absolute statement performance because our next 3 games are Chelsea, Villa, and Man City. If we can get a point or 2 in there, I'll take that because that's a massive win under the lights tonight. And I think I read a stat that Daniel Farke under the lights at Ellen Road, 21 games, 19 wins, 2 draws. Or maybe actually it's 22 games, 19 wins, 3 draws. Either way, he's unbeaten under the lights at Ellen Road, pretty much. That's shout out if you were there this evening. Every fan that turns up at Ellen Road clearly is making an absolute fortress. So shout out to all of you. Better than me sitting out, in my armchair watching the game. But either way, what a win it was for Leeds United. Going through each individual player, Carl Darlow made some smart stops tonight. There's been discussions about goalkeepers, Lucas Perry, Darlow, who's going to be the number 1. Darlow done very, very well tonight. I'm just so frustrated he didn't keep the clean sheet. Nothing he could do about it, but his claiming, his handling, his shot stopping. is second to none this evening. I thought he was excellent. Right wing back, Jayden Bogle could have got man of the match for me. You know, happy he got his goal. He's going up and down the wing. Him and Ilia Gruev, it's tight. It really is. I'd give it to one of them. Jayden Bogle was brilliant, and you could feel it at the end. He had to come off because he was running up and down that wing. He was getting his body stuck in, playing lovely 1-2s with James Justin. Talking of James Justin, excellent. Slots into that back three brilliantly, like he's been playing there all his life. I thought he was excellent again tonight, James Justin. Roden does what it says on the tin, gets stuck in, gets his head involved. Nice passing play as well. Similar with Pascal next to him. You know, them two know each other. Them two play brilliantly next to each other. Thought a couple of Pascal's passes were a bit odd, but, you know, you can blame the surface tonight. There was a lot of downpour. Left wing back, Gabriel Goodmanson, he does it every week. He gives you a solid 8 out of 10 each week. He was excellent again, bombing up and down that wing. And yeah, bit annoying that he didn't keep the clean sheet as he is in my fantasy Premier League. So yeah, bit annoying, Gabby. Yeah, get thinking about that. In the middle of the park, Ethan Ampadu, I can't keep praising this bloke because he's going to get a big head. He is absolutely coming to the Premier League and said it's like he's been there for years. He's excellent. A captain's performance again. And even at the end, you know, where Darlow gets like sort of tackled by one of their players, Ampadu's there. He's saying, "And what?" And I love that from a captain. Absolutely brilliant. Next to him, Ilia Gruev. I mean, wow. Ilia Gruev tonight was absolutely brilliant. He got 2 assists. He was everywhere. He's cut half his eye as well. I don't know what's happened there, but either way, he was absolutely excellent. I was so proud of Ilia Gruev tonight because a lot of fans, including myself, probably didn't want him in the starting 11 tonight. It looked too defensive to play Nottingham Forest at home. But wow, did he deliver and prove a lot of us wrong. In front of them, Brenden Aaronson, another game where he just gets around. He probably covers the most on the pitch, distance-wise, that is. Nice little tricks. He just looks in good form, and it's hard to drop Brenden Aaronson at the moment. I thought he did come off at the right time, though. Okafor, like I said, happy for him to get the goal. And the only thing about Okafor is you can maybe release a bit more, trying the tricks in his own half. Not a massive fan of that. You do skills when you're 4-0 up. That's what I say. Or that's what my father says anyway. And then up top, DCL next to him. Yeah, 10 goals for a free strike you bring in the summer. I mean, it's absolutely perfect. A perfect night for Leeds United. And I know people are going to say, well, it's not perfect because we conceded a goal. All that stuff, don't care. We are a newly promoted side, being a side that, yes, they're below us in the table, but look where they were last year. Look at what this team is doing. Daniel Farke, credit to him. I was disappointed we brought no one in January. And look, it doesn't really seem like we need to at the moment, the way these players are playing. I thought there was a tad bit of a drop-off when the substitutes came on, like the likes of Longstaff, Dan James. Nothing to do with them personally, but sometimes a change of system, sometimes a break in play. Ilia Gruev was down for a long time. Sometimes that does mess things up because the starting 11 was brilliant. I thought Sean Longstaff and Dan James did look all right. And Dan James was unlucky not to maybe score or get an assist, but either way, you know, no one was bad tonight. I'm going to give everyone, you know, a 10 out of 10. It was a perfect result. Leeds United needed a result, and tonight they absolutely got it. Guys, show your appreciation for Leeds United and for myself by smashing that like button. Subscribe if you are new as well. And I tell you what, enjoy your Friday night. Enjoy a Premier League weekend where you don't have to worry about the Leeds United result. It feels good. I've been Ollie Ward, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheery.